Is this mic on?
What's up, Minnesota?
Yo, what's up?
Get down to this fucking sound.
You're listening to the best podcast in the Twin Cities, man.
And here he is. Me. What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Griffin. I am host of the Jeremy Griffin Show, the number one podcast in the Twin Cities, and I am the voice of the Twin Cities. I'd like to thank you for tuning into my podcast. 2020, you guys. 2020, what a crazy year. Who would have thought that last year at this time we would be dealing with what we're dealing with this COVID-19. I want to go over some numbers with you. In Minnesota, the whole state of Minnesota, there's almost 1,200 confirmed cases of the COVID-19 virus, and there's around 591 deaths. But over 7,500 people have recovered, so a lot of people think it's the end if you get the virus, but it's not true. More people recover from this than die. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm coming from Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's where my studio is, and we're in Hennepin County. Now, Hennepin County, I guess, has the most cases out of every county in Minnesota. They have a little over 1,900 confirmed cases and 259 deaths. It's a crazy world out there, you guys. I also want to say that the United States, we're dealing with over 1 million confirmed cases and 81,000 deaths. That's just awful. Seeing all these people their lives taken from them. Just within the last about 2.5 months, people's lives have changed so much. People are losing jobs. They're having to get on unemployment. People are getting laid off, and it's turning into a real serious problem. A lot of these businesses that are closed will end up going under. There's going to be a lot of businesses that won't open because of this. They won't come back because they went bankrupt. They don't have money. So just keep your thoughts and prayers for those people. But I have been getting a lot of requests for a mental health review on a popular subject. Everybody, it's more common than what you think. It is anxiety, the A word. Now, if you deal with anxiety and panic attacks and stuff like that, I truly commend you, because I know how hard it is, because I myself deal with anxiety. This is a crazy disease, and it's really debilitating, okay? This is something that can keep you from doing your regular daily routine, going to work, being in social situations. This can totally disable you, and I know how it feels. So people that are listening to this podcast today, with the anxiety being the topic, I commend you for what you go through, because I know every day is a struggle, and it's not easy. A lot of people with anxiety, they feel like they are worried, and they feel like they are nervous, maybe dizzy. They might have a high heart rate. They might have a feeling of doom, or feel like you're dying from a disease. then that's usually what anxiety is, which that is exactly what I have. I'm always thinking that I'm dying. I'm dying from some disease. Especially saying how I'm a diabetic, I always think like, oh man, I'm a diabetic, I'm a smoker, my lifespan is not going to be good. I got heart problems, heart disease in the family. So, uh, makes me kind of scared. Uh, I just want you guys to know that I'm not a physician or a psychologist. This is just my experience. So I'm giving you all the info I know from my experience. Um, so don't think that I'm some doctor or something like that. This is everything, everything affects people differently. So, like I said, I suffer from anxiety. Uh, how do you know it's anxiety? Well, there's a variety of symptoms that come with this disorder. They may include increased heart rate. They may include rapid breathing. They may include restlessness, trouble concentrating, and difficulty falling asleep. For those that are having anxiety attacks, these symptoms can include feeling faint or dizzy, shortness of breath, dry mouth, sweating, chills or hot flashes, apprehension and worry, restlessness, distress, fear, and numbness or tingling in your extremities. Um, I pretty much I pretty much deal with every symptom on that. To tell you the truth. Uh, so I know, coming from my position, I know that this is not easy. Um, there's a lot of different types of anxiety. Uh, some are more debilitating than others. The first type would probably be panic disorder, and that's just when you experience recurring panic attacks at random times. Like nothing brings it on. It just comes on, and you just feel like you're having a heart attack or you need to get an ambulance because you think you're dying. Panic disorder can be very scary. It can feel and very much mimic a heart attack. So it's important to know if you're dealing with anxiety or if you're dealing with heart problems. The second, um, the second type of anxiety would have to be would be phobia. Phobia is excessive fear of a specific object, situation, or activity. Maybe you have a social phobia, going to social events. Um, Maybe going to work might trigger your anxiety. Like excessive fear of a specific object. That could be anything, spiders, heights, you name it. Um, Social anxiety disorder is another type of anxiety. It's pretty much self explanatory. Extreme fear of being judged by others in social situations. Um, I do suffer with that. It's hard for me to ride public transportation because of how crowded it is, and it's hard, if I go to the mall, I guess I'm okay, but uh I do suffer from this. Even when it comes to like family stuff, I do kind of still get nervous with being around people and wondering what these people are thinking of me and stuff like that. It's just it sucks. Let's move on to another one. Another kind of different type of anxiety would be uh, obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD. That's recurring irrational thoughts that lead you to perform specific, repeated behaviors. So you basically you're cleaning everything, you're counting steps, you know you're just obsessing over the smallest things, and that can be very bad. That can really hurt your life. Um, that can keep you from living your life to the fullest. Now, I do not have obsessive compulsive disorder, but I know a lot about it, and I know people that have had it, and I know it's not fun. It definitely is not fun. Um, let's see. I got next type of anxiety um, is separation anxiety disorder, and that's the fear of being away from home or loved ones. So that's just like missing people, or you know, leaving home on a vacation, and you get to the vacation and you're getting nervous because you're out of your comfort zone. Um, that can be like not seeing family in weeks. You could be scared of that. You could be scared of not seeing your family again. Um, another uh, common symptom, or another type of anxiety disorder, is illness anxiety disorder. Pretty much, you're a hypochondriac. Now, I am guilty of this. I am always thinking I'm dying from some disease. Every little symptom I get, I just blow it up and, you know, blow it out of proportion when I really just need to relax. When you sit and you think about your symptoms, when you think, oh, my chest is starting to hurt, oh, I got pressure in my chest, oh, it's getting hard to breathe, my arm's feeling tingly, I think I have a heart attack, I think I'm going to have a heart attack. And that's is just a lot of it is just it's all in your head. I mean, it's simple. It's just all in your head. You have to think that you're not dying, you're in good health, and all you're experiencing is something that you can unexperience by just knowing what it is. It's very important to know that you're not going to die. And I know that people with anxiety feel this way because I feel it all the time. You know, to move on, another type of anxiety could be PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. Now, that's anxiety following a traumatic event. Maybe you saw a traumatic event when you were young. Maybe you were abused uh, in a serious car accident where a friend or family member has died and you survived, and now all you think about is that incident. It's very common. I've known many people with PTSD, and that can be helped with medications and some kinds of therapy. I myself do not have PTSD, but I know that it's not. I know it's not fun. Um, well, none of this stuff is fun, but I know it's not a pleasant thing. Now, we're going to move on to medications. Currently, I'm on Prozac for anxiety. I'm on 20 milligrams in the morning. And uh, as far as anxiety goes, it's not really helping. But it has helped in other ways. I guess it helps with my socialness. I like feel like I want to you know do stuff. I want to clean. I want to like I have the drive to do stuff. That is a big thing that's helped me with this Prozac. I strongly stand behind Prozac. If you are thinking about Prozac, uh, you should definitely talk to your psychiatrist. I give it a 5-star rating. But like I said, everybody will have a different experience with this. So everybody's different. Meds work differently with everybody. Another one that I'm on is actually a PRN. It's called Vistral. It's very similar to Benadryl. The other name for it is hydroxyzine. I have this as a PRN, like I said, and this really does not do anything. When I take it, it feels like I haven't taken anything. I don't feel a change. It's kind of like a waste. It's like just a waste of taking more pills. I already take a lot of meds. So I'm not a big fan of Vistro, but like I said, some people, if you need a non-narcotic uh, route for dealing with anxiety, then Vistro might be good for you. It's just not good for me. I used to be on Buspar. Buspar does not work. At least for me, it does not work. I felt like no change. I was on it actually for a long time, for a couple of years. And finally, I told my psychiatrist, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Uh, I don't want to take this med anymore because it don't work, you know. So I got off of it. There was no withdrawal experience or anything like that. So, but when we talk about meds, the most common medications for this condition are benzos, short for benzodiazepine, and these are considered narcotic. So, if you have any kind of substance abuse or you're in recovery, you might want to try another option. When I was younger, I smoked a lot of weed. Now, I'll be honest, I was a dumb kid. I smoked a lot of weed. And this is on my medical record, so it's hard for a doctor to look at me and think, well, if I give him a narcotic, is he going to use it to get high? I mean, that's the truth. That's what they think. And I am not an addict. I stopped smoking weed by myself 9 or 10 years ago. I didn't need therapy or anything. I just quit because I was tired of it running my life. So the meds that they can give you, just to name a few, are like Ativan, Valium, or Xanax. These are the benzodiazepines I was talking about. They are narcotics. So, like I said, when it comes to meds, you just want to talk to your doctor. Um, Talk to your doctor and tell them about your symptoms and what would be the best treatment for you as far as medications. Now, there are many causes of anxiety. Stress can result from work, school, personal relationship. Um, Anxiety can be from emotional trauma, financial concerns, stress caused by a chronic or serious medical condition. Let's say you are sick, maybe terminally ill. This can stress you out and give you anxiety. A major event or performance, maybe you're in a play or you're in a band and you're going to perform live or something like that. That can cause serious anxiety. The side effect of certain medications um, can also give you anxiety. Some medications can make your heart race and just have anxiety as a symptom or a side effect, I should say. So that's something to look out for. It may be one of the meds you're taking that's causing this anxiety. Now, alcohol consumption, such as drugs and other stimulants, can definitely give you anxiety. Um, it's very important that if you're having anxiety problems, uh, don't self, um, medicate. You do not want to self-medicate. You want to get this done professionally. Consulting a doctor is always important when it's your life and how you live. When this is keeping you from social situations and riding public transportation, it's it's a serious thing. Like I said, I am 33 years old right now, and I started dealing with um, mental health issues when I was around 16. I had uh, severe depression. Um, it was really bad. I ended up getting hospitalized when I was 18 uh, at a hospital at North Memorial here in Minnesota. And I was in there for a week. They were more into me not doing drugs anymore because I'd popped some ecstasy a few times. So they were like more trying to not they're more trying to worry about the addiction than the illness, which really I was just dealing with the illness. I wasn't addicted. I was just doing it for fun. I wasn't doing it for addiction. But after that, I went to a couple of years later. I was hospitalized again. I've been hospitalized at a lot of hospitals. I've been Mercy, HMC, HMC here in Hennepin County. It's at the Hennepin County Medical Center. It's where I was born 33 years ago. And that's where I have been for some mental health evaluations. Um, I've also been to Wilmer. I've been to Hutchinson. Um, I've been dealing with, you know, I've been dealing with mental illness for a long time. Um, like I said, anxiety is probably my main one. There's been many times when uh, I've thought about calling an ambulance because I thought it was serious, even though I know what anxiety is and I know how anxiety feels. It still can get the best of me, and it can get the best of you. I totally understand that. Um, it's something that can take over your life, but you gotta know you can control this. You should look into, I mean, a lot of people do meditation or yoga. I've done the whole breathing technique. You like breathe in your nose for 5 seconds, hold it for 2 seconds, and then slowly blow it out of your mouth. Do that about 4 or 5 times, and you will notice a difference. I've actually tried that, and that does work. So, um, I know a lot of people that suffer from this. This is when you have this condition, don't think you're alone and don't think that something's wrong with you, because it isn't, because this is a very common disease. Almost everybody has anxiety problems. I mean, this is like a diagnosis for everyone. It's just for some people it's just more disabling than others. Some people it takes over their life, and it takes over everything they do. All they think about, minute by minute, every day, they're thinking about anxiety and how they feel. And oh my God, am I having a heart attack? And oh my God, I think I'm dying. Or, crazy stuff like that. And you just got to know that you can control this. If I were you, if you're not on medications or you really don't have a a routine check with a psychiatrist, I would get with a psychiatrist. I know if you don't have insurance, I know there are some places you can go to that are free. If they just go off based off your income of what you have to pay. I mean, depending on what your income is. Me, I'm on general assistance, so I get free care at the Hennepin County Medical Center, which I'm very thankful for, because I would not be able to afford these visits and all these meds by myself. But yeah, I go to the mental health center, and it's about every 3 months I have a checkup, and I he prescribes me meds, every 3 months, and these meds are okay. I have to say that I am a different person when I'm not on medication. I have irrational thoughts. I uh, I make bad decisions. I'm very depressed. I can be. I've been, just very down, anxious. It's I used to like leave the state and like do just crazy stuff. I'd quit my jobs, and now that I started a regular routine of medications about 9 years ago, uh, I moved into this assisted living place, and it's been much better for me. With these meds, I think clearly. I don't make bad decisions. I think about my decisions. I'm friendlier. I'm more social. And I'm happy to be sober. When you're using, like I said, I really wasn't an addict. I just liked it. But when you're using, that that can make things a lot worse. So if you have a drug problem or you're drinking alcohol, maybe you should try limiting that or taking it out of your life and see if that'll help your anxiety. Anxiety is a very serious thing. I know. I know it's hard. I know it makes you want to give up. I know it makes people suicidal. But it's something you can do. Also, you could contact a therapist. Now, therapists can do a variety of things. You can talk through it, tell them what's on your mind. You can do some cognitive behavioral therapy. You could, I think a big thing that would help you if you have anxiety would be to work out and exercise, because when you work out and exercise, it helps your body tremendously. You will feel better if you have true, real, uh, exercise routine. You will feel so much better. So exercise. Also, I would say drink water. Stay hydrated, because that also has an effect on how you feel. Now, I notice that days when I'm not drinking enough water, I don't feel very well. Um, like I feel drained and I feel dizzy, and it's not a very fun feeling. But when you drink enough water, I think it's like 8 glasses a day or something like that. I don't even know, but I try to drink that, and water usually pretty much helps, uh, making me feel better. So exercise, stay hydrated. Um, Make sure if you're dealing with this to get in touch with a psychiatrist so you can talk about it, get some medications, and make a health goals of what you want to accomplish with your health, how you want to go about treating this. There's just a wide variety of stuff you can do. Like I said, I know it's hard, you guys. It's very hard. It's very difficult. And people that don't deal with anxiety will never really know how it feels. So, well, that's about 30 minutes I took of your time. But I want to thank you for listening to today's podcast. Sorry I kind of stuck on one subject, anxiety, but I thought it was very important to put this out there because I know a lot of people deal with this. So I hope you can get something out of this. I hope you can realize that this is more common than what you think. Many people deal with this. I mean, your coworkers could deal with this, family, and you wouldn't even know. So know that you are not alone, and this is very common. But, alright, you guys. I appreciate you guys listening to my podcast. I will be working on my next one, so thanks for listening, and I will see you guys on the next podcast. Have a good day, y'all.
Chapter systems are offline.
You just listened to the Jeremy Griffin Show, the voice
of the Twin Cities.